As we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, music takes center stage in honoring Latino culture. In Houston's Second Ward, the children's chorus is keeping traditions alive, giving kids the chance to discover their voices, celebrate their heritage, and perform songs rooted in Latino music. So beautiful. That is nothing like my school choir sounded like. With a simple mission and a passion for music, founder and executive director Jorge Garza has planted the notes that have now bloomed into confident, talented children in the Segundo Barrio chorus, which Segundo Barrio, as we were talking about earlier, Second Ward.
Second Ward, yes.
Yeah, and the Second Ward is where your family immigrated to.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a hometown native talent here from Second Ward. Family immigrated from Mexico in search of a better life for my siblings and myself. And, you know, I found music very early on. I had access to a free music program right in Second Ward, and that put me on my path and my journey to discover my talent and follow my dream to be an opera singer.
So many people, we know our neighborhood in Houston. We don't travel outside of it, and there's so much rich culture all throughout our city, and sometimes you find pockets of where people settled. The Second Ward is so rich in that Hispanic culture.
Absolutely. You know, for around 100 years now, there's been generations of families that have descended upon Second Ward in search of jobs, in search of a better life. And over time, you know, that's how we came up with this wonderful name, a term of endearment, Segundo Barrio. So the Segundo Barrio Children's Chorus is named in that culture, in that heritage, and in honor of that.
You went to school at one of Houston's jewels, at the time HSPVA, now Kinder, right? You earned a scholarship to not just any music school, but Juilliard.
Yes. It was an amazing journey, an amazing success story for myself and my family, who supported me all the way through high school and into college. Leaving Houston was rough for my family, but what an amazing experience for someone from my background to land in New York City and study at the Juilliard School of Music.
Yeah, and to be able to sing around the world. Can you just give us like one little note, like one? Oh, wow. Okay. You created Garza Studios because you realized, you know, as a kid, you had exposure with that free program that might not have happened if had you not had it. And we know that in school today, oftentimes those arts and music programs are cut. So you started Garza Studios to give artists a place to practice their craft.
Absolutely. You know, Garza Studios was created with that in mind, to give a local artist an opportunity and to create a hub for all of them to have a place to rehearse, to create, and inspire. Soon after, I learned that, hey, we got to get more engagement from the community. And that's was the idea, when the idea was born for Segundo Barrio Children's Chorus, to house them in Garza Studios.
And there are so many added benefits. You know, just like I mentioned with Svetlana earlier, being involved in sports, being involved in something bigger than yourself, but at the same time challenging yourself to rise to the occasion. What are some of the other lessons that these kids learn before they ever open their mouth to sing a note? Well,
you know, having a safe space for these children to come to after school. All of our programming is after school and on weekends, and you know, that's a really crucial time in the lives of children and families. So giving them a place to come to that's safe, and an opportunity to creative expression, have that outlet. It helps them build confidence, it helps their academics, and it helps to form the next generation of leaders in our community.
And they're dealing with something positive, you know, because if you leave a child to the streets can gobble them up, right? And to show how good they are, they collaborate, or y'all collaborate with the Houston Grand Opera, the Symphony, and Alley Theater. There's a lot to be said for that, because they don't just take anybody.
No, that's true. No, we have amazing...
Because I tried to say, can I come down and sing some songs? They said no.
No, we have amazing partners. You know, we formed these wonderful relationships with the Houston's legacy arts organizations, including the Houston Grand Opera, the Alley Theater, Theater Under the Stars, and our most recent partnership with the Houston Symphony to form a violin program called En Armonía con Segundo Barrio. So that's our violin program that we
Several
have
programs that you have. Los Exploradores?
Yes, Exploradores, our musical explorers. That's for our youngest children, 4 to 6 years old.
And then I'm going to try to pronounce this. Principiantes.
That's our beginners. That's our preparatory choir, 7 to 9. These are the children that are learning how to sing in a choir. Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned the violin program, but there's also a guitar program.
Coro de guitarras, that's our guitar choir. And finally, our flagship ensemble, Los Jóvenes Cantantes, the young singers, ages 9 to 14. And these are our students that are go out throughout the city representing ambassadors of culture for not just Segundo Barrio, but for the entire Houston's Latino community.
And you have these summer music camps where the tuition is free, and that oftentimes is the barrier between children being able to access this. So this is amazing, and it's a 4-week intensive for grades K through 8. This is not a daycare.
No.
When you say the word intensive, it's not daycare. You're going to learn.
That's correct, Deborah. And thank you for pointing that out. You know, we try to eliminate financial barriers. All of our programs are tuition free, and that's a groundbreaking initiative that we've started here at Houston.
And how it can help be tuition free is because you have volunteers. And I love what you did here, because this is brilliant. What you do is you teach other lessons because older students serve as the interns and mentors, which teaches them leadership skills. These are things they put on a college resume.
Absolutely. So the kids aren't just getting musical instruction and vocal instruction, but also creative youth development opportunities, leadership opportunities as these kids grow older, and that helps in their journey and their transition to high school. Helps reduce dropout rates as well. So
how important, I've mentioned this several times on the show, when I first moved from Taipei, Taiwan to San Antonio back in the day, I remember talking to my friends going, speak to me in Spanish. They're like, well, we're not allowed to do that outside of the house, because there was a time where it's like you were like, no, you're in America now, you cannot do it. And we always, you got to embrace the country you're in, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you have to leave who you are, right?
Absolutely.
So how important is it for these kids to connect to Hispanic culture in a proud way?
Yeah, that's so important now more than ever, to teach our children that there is a safe space, that their heritage, their background can be celebrated. That's what Hispanic Heritage Month is all about. That is what celebrating Dia de los Muertos is all about, is giving these children who have to navigate through two cultures, given the permission to feel safe and proud about their ancestors and their heritage.
Yeah. You have several events coming up. November 2nd, the Houston's Downtown Dia de los Muertos event at Discovery Green. December 13th, Houston Grand Opera professionals at Carols on the Green, only children's group that was invited. And December 20th, the annual winter concert. All right, you are so amazing. It makes me, I want to be Negrita Latina. I was going to say Negrita Loca, but I'm already that. Okay, but anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you, Deborah.
And thanks for uplifting a great part of our community, because when one part's uplifted, we're all uplifted.
Absolutely.